What's up, everybody? We are back at the warehouse in Las Vegas, and we are here with Swayze Valentine. It's been a long time, Swayze. How you been?
I've been great. It's been too long.
All right. So, for those of you that have followed us for quite some time, we did a video with Swayze about a year ago.
Yeah, almost.
And well, for those of you that don't know who she is, she's actually one of the first female cut women or cut men around in mixed martial arts. And last time that we caught up with you, you were still doing the amateur circuit down here in Las Vegas and up in Washington State. So catch us up a little bit and tell us what's happened over the last year with you.
All right, wow. Over the last year, it's been a crazy year. It's been really busy. You know, yeah, last time we met, I was doing all the amateur stuff, and that was a lot of fun. Then I got bumped up into starting pro, and that's, of course, a whole new level. Let's see, my first pro gig was, I did WSOF, and it was here in Las Vegas at the Hard Rock, I think it was. Yeah, the Hard Rock. It's been a little while. And so I did a few of them, and then I got on with Bellator, so Bellator was super cool. And then after that, Invicta, you know, and kind of Invicta was back in December, but kind of before that I did a few WSOFs going to Florida and those types of places. So it's been busy, crazy, and I just got done actually with my first UFC gig last night, so it's been incredible.
And you know, I sent you a message a while back just telling you, like, all you need is one more show and you've basically hit all the major organizations, all the major promotions. Tell us what that means to you, to be able to have worked your way up essentially the same way that fighters always want to work their way up as well.
Oh man, you know, it means, I almost can't even put into words how much it means. That may sound corny, but it's such an honor. I mean, I get to work with athletes from all levels, and I mean, they're all just incredible athletes. And to be this far as being, you know, the only female cut woman now in the UFC, it's just incredible. I mean, I think, and everybody that from the very beginning that allowed me to, you know, be a part of their career, and I mean, these fighters especially, I mean, they're the reason I got into this. So to be, you know, the first female to be this high, it's an incredible honor. I couldn't be more happy.
Now let's talk about some of the trials and tribulations that you've gone through. There was obviously a documented thing on Facebook where I got into a fight with another cut man from out in Indiana for basically talking shit about you. So, you know, let's talk about that, because I wasn't really too aware of it. I mean, you had kind of brought a couple things to my attention of situations that had taken place in cage or people not letting you wrap hands, but I never realized until that point what that was like. So let's talk a little bit about that sort of stuff. Yeah,
it's, like I said, it's been a crazy journey. I mean, being the first woman, you know, cut woman anyways, I had a lot of challenges, and I still have those challenges, you know, but the further I go, the more respect I gain, the better people know me, those types of things. I've definitely had a lot of trials and tribulations. It wasn't easy by any means. A lot of fighters and coaches, they didn't want me to touch their fighter, you know, whether that was greasing them before they go in the cage or wrapping their hands. I've even had some coaches, once I leave, I would have wrapped their fighters' hands, and once I leave the room, I would, you know, come back to get my things, and the coach would be cutting the fighter's hand wraps off and redoing them himself. So, you know, that kind of hurts, because that's my passion, and to have somebody disrespect it like that, it was hard. But, you know, not everybody's gonna like you, and not everybody's gonna agree with, you know, with what I like, or, you know, how I do things, and that's fine. I mean, everybody has their preferences. Gosh, the worst that's happened was I was actually physically assaulted in the cage by a coach, and I mean, that was the lowest of the low that I've had to deal with. And, you know, I just brushed it off, and I'm actually really thankful for those challenges, because honestly, it makes me so much stronger, and it totally built me up for what I needed to be in the UFC, for instance. I mean, that's the biggest, that's the highest. This is where I'm going to either get the most criticism, or, you know, people are going to love me, or, you know, so my goal is just to, regardless of what happens, just work my best, and, you know, just keep the fighter safe, and that's the most important, regardless of what anybody thinks or likes or dislikes. So it's kind of that.
Okay. Now let's talk about what kind of validation do you think being a cut woman in the UFC brings to everything that you work towards?
Wow, validation. It's hard. It's crazy to think about it like that. I have to say, personally, it's just achieved so much. Validation-wise, I hope that I will gain the type of respect that I feel that I deserve. You know, I did work so hard, and I really believe that I deserve to be there. I'm not about to make anybody make me feel that I don't deserve to be there. So to be in the UFC, to be in, you know, the best or the highest fight organization is, man, it's just incredible. I mean, the validation is locked in, you know. Hopefully I'll get the respect that I worked so hard to earn, you know, and yeah, I'm just excited.
Now, in the past, you have talked about the struggle of being a single mom and having to basically leave on the weekends to fly to all these different places. Obviously, it's not just a dream for you, but it's also a dream that you're trying to achieve for the betterment of your family. Right. Tell us what your family's thought of everything that's kind of taken place over the last couple months.
Oh man, first of all, they're incredibly excited that I made it as far as I have. It's been, you know, again, an incredible journey, and it's been extremely difficult. I mean, it's hard being a single mother anyways, just to even find the time to put your kids in, to get them covered, you know, childcare wise, so you can go travel is difficult. But bottom line, I've worked so hard every day and prepared myself for the day that I get into the UFC. So, you know, everything I've worked towards and just prepared. So when I do have to just leave on the fly, it's covered. You know, I've just been preparing for years for that. And I have the support of my family. My parents, you know, they watch my kids when I'm gone, and I'm so thankful for that, because without them, I mean, it'd be really hard. But they're super excited, and you know, of course, them being my family, they supported me, but they had their concerns of if, you know, even if I'd even make it, you know, because it is a lot of work with no pay, and you know, it's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, and but it's been well worth it, and yeah, I'd do it over again.
All right. So now that you've gotten to that point, where do you see yourself going from here?
From here, you know, I just hope that I can just work with these fighters, you know, whenever I can, and being with UFC or whoever else, I just hope that I can just be the best that I can be for all the fighters. That's honestly my goal.
All right. Well, you know, it's an honor for us to have followed you. You know, I think that we've all kind of been growing together through the mixed martial arts scene, but to see somebody, you know, get to that level and actually get to the UFC, trying to achieve their dream, which is a little bit different from fighting. You know, like I said, it's definitely an honor for us, and we're definitely very, very proud of you.
Oh, thank you so much. You guys are awesome.
Now, if you guys want to check out the first interview that we did, you can definitely find that on YouTube. Make sure you /Fight Life Media, and you're going to go ahead and look for Cage Side, Swayze Valentine, and that's basically the beginning of the journey. That's
where it started, yep.
And so, once again, from Fight Life Media, from Fight Life Flip and Swayze, we're out of here. Bye. Peace.